So the foam roller, I ask my clients many times, have they got one? The usual answer is yes. The next question I ask them is, do they use it? They say no. Commonly, this is because they don't know how to use it. So it sits in the corner room collecting dust, okay? So having one and using it are two very different things. It's great for me being a sports massage therapist for them to use it in between the treatments, just to try and keep on top of the tightness as well, just depending on how they're training, just something you can do intermittently. So I'm going to take you through the different ways of how you can use it for all the different areas of your body. I definitely need to foam roll at the moment, so this could be interesting, but we're going to start off with our legs, okay? So starting off with our legs, we're going to work on our quadriceps to start off with. So this is the front of our thigh. You can do this in a couple of ways. Some people have knobbly rollers as well, and some people more flat. It doesn't matter. It's personal preference. Some people find the knobbly ones a little bit more painful, and you can use them as a bit of trigger points in there. So lying onto your front, okay, you're going to place the foam roller underneath. And all you're going to do is literally roll forward and back, okay, all the way through that quad. Now to create a little bit more pressure, okay, what I do is literally try and cross one leg over the other, and you'll get a little bit more weight going through that one quad, okay. Now to start off with, you might find this pretty painful, okay. So I try and recommend, just even if you do a minute on each muscle, just to start to get on top, and you'll soon realize which areas need a little bit more. Great time is normally at night when, if I ever get a chance to watch TV, and in front of the TV or weekends film on, you can often see me just grabbing the foam roller just to do it. I find that this quad is a little bit tighter than the other, and some people might find it tighter on one side due to just generally how they stand on one leg more than the other. Okay, from your quads, okay, we have our hip flexor, okay, and our TFL, okay, which is easier for me to say than the full-on name, tension passae latte. Okay, so it comes all the way around, and this can create quite painful, and it can shorten being sat in that seated position a lot. So you want to tend to go more onto the outside at the high bit of your quad, okay, so right at the top, just at the top there, and you'll feel it. I can feel that it's nice and tight in there. Now I'm not going to show you the whole length of time of what you should do it. I could say start off at a minute and try and gradually increase it. You're going to do the same on this side. And this one I know is a little bit tighter. Felt this when I was running yesterday. And if you find an area that's like particularly tight, don't feel afraid to hold on to it. So that's what we call a bit of a pressure point. It's normally for my clients, I'll hold my thumb on that position for a certain length of time, or if they're lucky, they can have my elbow. And I also use dry needling as well to sometimes trigger these points and release them off. And even rotating your body around on that trigger, you can sometimes feel it a little bit more. I describe it as a good pain. Some people may disagree, but it does help. And you might feel a bit of a sensation going down your leg. Don't worry too much as long as you're not in severe pain, but just gradually build up on the length of time that you're doing it. Onto your ITB. Okay, so your IT band all the way up and all the way down. Okay, so using the opposite foot to support you. Again, this tends to be a place that everyone hates. I've got a horrible point in there. I'll tend to try and just hold on there and then just release it and go back on through all the way up and down. And I'll do the same on the other side. And then all the way up and down. People might want to go on their elbow, forearm, if they do have some weak grifts in there as well. And again, same area, into that lateral quad, into my IT. I can feel it a little bit in there. And just hold on, and sometimes just some little mini rolls forwards and back. You'll tend to get it in there. Next, shins. Okay, it's very difficult to stretch your shins, okay? This is probably one of the only ways in leaning back, okay, and getting into this upright position and pulling forward. On the whole, it's very, very difficult and very rare that you'll even feel it. So just loosening off them shins, kneeling on front, rolling forwards and back. Now try not to bruise yourself completely, especially on your first time. Okay. Going all the way up and through. Bit of core will come in this for balance. Again, I just feel like that's a little bit tighter. Have a go in there. Okay, so that's going to affect our flexing of our foot, so as we go into our running. Next, we've got our, let's start off with the lower leg, our calves and gastrocs. Now you can either start, if it's a little bit too much pressure, you can just start rolling it forwards and back, get your calf used to it, and even there, I can feel it's tight. My calves have been very tight recently. Feel it in there, doing a little bit in there. Next way you can do it is lifting your bum up, rolling forwards and back, all the way up and all the way back. And again, mic on the quad, if you want to create a little bit more pressure, just cross one leg over and move forwards and back. Again, this will create a little bit more pressure. It's lovely and tight in there. As you can tell, basically very tight. Need to do this a little bit more, especially seeing as I can't trade massages at the moment with my friend. It's key that we look after our body as well with this exercise, that you don't go into overtraining and cause an injury through tightness and fatigue, which is very easy to do. Okay. And again, you might find one is worse than the other. Coming on up, we've got our hamstrings, okay, underneath our thigh. Okay, so again, you might just rotate those legs a little bit and find different areas. And again, you might find that one on top of the other might just create a little bit more pressure. And I've often, sometimes just sat on the roller and just leaned forward, okay? So I'm going through a stretch at the same time, okay, it's holding on, and I can feel that stretch at the same time as doing a little bit of a trigger point in there. Just be wary as you do this, okay? Again, if you're new to foam rolling, I wouldn't recommend it. But just get used to moving forwards and back generally with the foam roller, okay? Just a little bit tighter on that side. Okay, next it's our glutes. Okay, so for our glutes are a huge muscle. They get neglected and tighten up and affect our hips, lower back, made up of a few muscles. And one of the best ways to do this is crossing your leg over. The leg that you've then got crossed over, try and just tilt yourself onto the side so you're getting into that glute a little bit more. And then you're just going to roll forwards and back in here. So you'll feel it a bit into your hip, feeling nice and tight. And you look often with my classes, when I'm doing this in my corrective exercises, get a few moans and groans. Okay. Into there, and again, I'm rotating my body, you can see, so I can feel it in all the areas coming in, and you can hold it again in those places that you feel, rotating back up into neutral, and again, make sure you roll all the way through, okay? Some people just stop here. Make sure you roll all the way through into your glute med, okay? Which is just very top. Some people even say it's your lower back. It's actually your glute. Okay, and then same on the other side. Rotating over. Just going to tilt yourself over to the side. Glutes get really neglected, and they tend to be an area when people tend to be weak, and it has so much control of stability. Back, knees, hips. Want to get them firing. It's one of the quickest muscles to lose and hardest muscles to build up, I find. Through my injuries especially, it's been hard to build up. And if I neglect them at all, they soon disappear. Hard to get them firing. Okay, next up we're going on to our back. Now if you've got any lower back issues, I'd avoid doing anything on your lower back. So we're going to go onto our mid back a little bit more. Okay, so all you're going to do is walking your feet forward and letting your cigar go all the way back. Okay, try and relax your back. Try not to keep yourself all stiff. So try and breathe through it, relax. You'll probably get a few cracks. Not sure if you heard mine, all the way up and back. But just try and stay relaxed as possible and all the way up. And you can see that I'm stopping just at the end of my mid back, not going too much onto your lower back, okay? Just a little bit wary for people who do have lower back issues. My back is hypermobile, and so I don't want to put too much pressure. So you can see I'm gripping my core a little bit, but do want to do a little bit in my lower back, okay? Next one that a lot of people tend to neglect is our lats, okay? So you're coming more onto your side, arm out to the side, you're going to do into your lats, into your shoulder. Again, this is another one I've had a few people moan and groan. And again, you need a little bit of stability in there. And make sure that you're not rocking too far back. We are actually getting that lat, okay, that covers over your shoulder blade. Comes right the way around into there. And then same onto the other side. To this side. And make sure you move all the way through the muscle. And people might be tight in here because they're quite on a stretch, rounding their back a lot. Again, the joys if you're an office worker. But it could just be your general posture as well. Again, I can feel a little bit of a trigger point in there, a little bit of point of pressure I want to hold on to. Just to see if it will release off a little bit. And relaxing there. So that's how you use a foam roller. Oh, one more. Adductors, I just thought sitting like this. Adductors is a fun one. Okay, so into your adductors. Again, you can just start by rolling into this position and then lifting up. It's a little bit tricky to do into adductors. I knew I'd forget one. Okay, again, you neglect it. Okay, we don't realize how much it can stabilize your knee. And then same onto the other side. Again, just lower down close to the knee. You might just take a little bit of weight off this, just using your feet, using your core, weight on your forearm, and there as well. Okay, really is that one it? So as you can see, it's just basically using your whole body weight, okay, with a roller. You're just moving your body along, okay? Even go into your arms, sometimes I can just sit, rolling in here. And if you don't want to put too much pressure on, just roll it across the tops if they are too tender. Some people find their back too tender to go on. So do it against a wall, lean back against a wall and just roll up and down, okay, so you're not pushing it too back, because it might just be that little bit too painful because you're quite fixed in there, and that's just that rounding. So it's just trying to get that body used to it, your muscles are used to that movement, and hopefully it'll start to feel a little bit better.